the rates of failure for business are extremely high. After 7 years, the potential likelihood of a company going bust is like 50%. There's some shocking statistics around business failures. There's going to be thousands of videos of people encouraging people to set their own business, but is it right for you? Welcome to another episode of Director Diaries. I'm your host, Gareth Jones. So today we're talking business. We're always talking business at the Managing Director Diaries. We've got some excellent guests lined up in the future, so stay tuned. Make sure you're following and subscribing for the latest updates. But we've got some interesting topics to talk on today. We're going to be talking about scalability. We're going to talk about growth, and we're also going to be touching on people who may have made that New Year's resolution this year to start their own business. So let's start with that. Start your own business. I'm sure if you're on TikTok or if you're on YouTube, there's going to be thousands of videos of people encouraging people to set their own business, but is it right for you? So starting up a business is, the thing is, it depends what you define as a business. A business could be selling some stuff on eBay. It could be setting up a landscaping business. It could be setting up a new online selling business through a website. There's so many different ways of defining a business. So there's not one shoe fits all here in this situation for setting up a business. And it also depends how big you want this business to get. If you're selling a few things on eBay, then it's unlikely it's going to be a massive scalable business where you can employ lots and lots of people. But it also comes down to what your aspirations are for the business. Is your business just to have a little bit of extra cash? Is it a career move? You're leaving a job because you're going into self-employment full-time? What is it that your business is going to do? So you need to have a clear direction from the start in what you want your business to do, because without a plan, we've got no goals, we've got nothing to aim for. So it's really important to have a plan. And a lot of the time, those plans don't always have to be written down. I'd encourage to think through and make sure you've got a bit of a strategy, you know what you're doing, and especially if you're moving out of an employed position to do your job, to do your own business, it's really important you have your numbers sorted, making sure you've got money coming in. And one of the biggest tips I can say from running a business for 15, 16 years, multiple seven-figure businesses, is when you're at the early stages of growing a business and setting up a business, don't take too much money out of the company. You might be earning lots of money, you might be making lots of money, but unless you're fully acquainted with how business works, you can make a very naive mistake. So make sure you keep plenty of money in the business, because technically it's not your money, it's the company's money, especially if it's a limited company. So yeah, take what you need. That's a very, very key thing when you're growing a business, setting up a business. So you need to factor those into your plans, factor those into your costs. I wouldn't recommend anyone's living lavish lifestyles, setting up a new business. Doesn't happen. You're going to be working long hours, long days. You're going to be working when grinding when people are going to the pub. Your friends are going out for meals. You're going to be working, grinding. You're going to be doing what you need to do to further your life. So it's sacrifices, but don't fall into that trap of taking too much money out of the business because you think, oh, I can just earn that back. It's a very, very bad cycle to get into. So that's one of my steps to success here, is don't take too much money out of the business, especially if you're in your business. The rates of failure for business are extremely high. I think even after 7 years, the potential likelihood of a company going bust is like 50%. There's some shocking statistics around business failures. So you don't want to be another statistic. So the key thing is you leave as much money in the company as possible, only take out the minimum you need. And that will help you prolong the life of your business and keep things going until you generate income and regular income. The key thing as well is making sure that all your eggs aren't in one basket, because I'm sure you've all heard that analogy. Making sure that You're not reliant on just one customer. It's never a safe thing. What if that one customer says, don't need anymore, or that customer goes bust, owing you thousands and thousands of pounds? It's too risky. You need to have some other options. So that's a big key part, is making sure you got lots of different customers paying you different amounts of money, and maybe having different types of products. Being a one-trick pony is never a good thing. I had a good friend of mine, won't mention his name, but he was the fad king. He was amazing at spotting fads in the industry and making money out of it. And I actually applaud him for it, because he had such a talent for finding fads and opportunities and things like that. Back in the day. Now he's got a successful business, and he sticks at just that, and he's doing very well for himself. But when he was going through the early stages of his business career, he was very much the fad king, and he did very well out of it. But they weren't long-term sustainable businesses. They were fads. They were jumping on the bandwagon of the latest craze, cashing in, then it was gone. But then you got to find something else. He was very good at finding those other things, but I'm guessing not everyone is. So you might have, like I said, it's that whole one-trick pony situation. You don't want to just have one thing that does really well and that's it, and next thing you're out of business. So again, long-term continuity, really important. So those are some of my key points there. If especially if you're moving from self-employment into a business environment, be prepared for the late nights. Be prepared to put in the effort, because it doesn't come easy. You see all these videos on TikTok and YouTube, selling the lifestyle and everything, but what you don't see is what happened before that, all the graft and all the grind that went in to get to that location. Plus, as they say, don't always believe everything you see on social media, because that's also a truth as well. We all know Instagram, we also know TikTok, we all know a lot of social media is fake. So again, you've got to be careful who you listen to, be careful of the advice you're given and where you get it from. I've been in business 16 years. I've been a director since 2005. So I've been a director for 20 years. So 120 business awards, multiple seven-figure businesses, and I'm still learning. But, I've got a good amount of knowledge. We do lots of different things. We've tried lots of things, and, I'd like to think I've got a lot of experience and a lot of lessons and a lot I can help people with. And one of my passions, one of the reasons we're doing this episode and our channel, Managing Director Diaries, is because I like to give back. I like to share the knowledge and share life experience and help other people to grow and achieve all they want to be in life. One of the things I want to start doing on some of these Managing Director Diaries, and if you're not following my TikToks, make sure you follow us on TikTok as well, is looking at some previous stories. And I do some of these on TikTok actually. But I want to start running some stories of previous things that have happened during the course of my business career. So we've had lots of different things appear over the years, and good, bad, and ugly. And we're going to be sharing some of those over the course. So make sure you just like and subscribe for more content, because they're going to be quite juicy stories. We're not going to mention names, of course. We're not going to mention names, but some of the situations are pretty crazy that we've found ourselves in that I found myself in over the last 15 years. So I think it makes some really interesting content. So keep an eye on TikTok. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you again for our next episode of Managing Director Diaries.